YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here. Welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2, where we're going to be jumping into some FFA. And yes, I willingly chose the Lizardmen. Reptile King did not have a poisonous blowgun to my head. I actually picked the Lizardmen, and I even picked a Slann. Let's see how it turned out for me in the battle. Alright, here we are. That's right, I'm rocking the Lizardmen, led by a Mage Priest, Laura of Heavens. I've got 6 Saurus Warriors with shields, I know, very creative. And then I've got 2 Cold One Spear Riders, and also a couple of Cold One Riders. The Cold One Riders meant more to help my infantry have a little bit of armor piercing if needed. And then to round out my army, I've got 4 Chameleon Skinks, ready to hop up on the flank and hopefully maybe bring a dragon or so off, but I didn't run into a dragon. I've in fact run into a Lariel over here, who is Regina here. For the High Elves, you can see this is going to be an FFA. So we've got the Everqueen's Court Guards and 4 more Sisters of Avelorn, so this is a sniper execution squad that is going to be difficult to deal with, to say the least. And then behind that, we've got a line of spearmen supported by a noble, along with the Keepers of the Eternal Flame, which is going to be, again, tough to deal with. Now, rocking the dolly over here is none other than Mr. Holy Pilgrim, an amazing supporter of the channel, awesome viewer, always on my streams, making comments, other stuff like that. He's got himself a Rune Lord on an anvil, and let's check out his Dawi army. He's rocking Karat Kadrin. Up front, he's got 4 units of Slayers. One of them is a Giant Slayer, one is the Dragonback Slayer. We've got a Gyrocopter with a Brimstone gun, 3 Thunderers. Back here in the back, a Miners with Blasting Charge and a Runesmith. And he should have... no, that's pretty much it. Looks like he's also got Norgrimling's Iron Breakers hidden back here. So I think I've caught all the Dwarf units. And then the Beastmen deployed over here opposite of my position on the same side. Some Goreherd, Minotaurs. We've got a Beast Lord, a Bray Shaman, a Cygor, the Beastmen being led by the Colonel. And he's got some Harpies, and then he forward deployed quite a few units over here. 3 Ungor Raiders, 2 Centaurs with great weapons, and then several Goreherds with and an Ungor herd. So he's going to be sneaking up on my flank. I have to move forward. I cannot actually see. I think I actually can see. They're visible. So I can see the archers, and I was thinking, you know what? I'm just going to charge ahead, take these guys out. I don't know why the thought never crossed my mind that my lord wouldn't be like insta-sniped here, but I was like, you know what? I'll just clash with the infantry line. Should be able to punch through and get to the skirmishers. Again, we'll see how that works out for me, because my Mage Priest is coming into range of this sniper squad. Woo! Here it comes, folks. It's like a tac nuke. So yeah, you can see that my lord is going to die extremely quickly in this battle if I don't do something about it. So I immediately start trying to drop some vortex spells and see if we can get this guy off my case. So I put a Chain Lightning back here. Actually does quite a bit of damage, which is nice, but I'm having to sit still to try and drop another vortex, get a banishment out there. I'm doing anything I can to disrupt him. And so far it worked out pretty good for me. I picked up a ton of points and got him off my case for a mere moment. But his archers have turned around and opened fire on my Chameleon Skinks, which are right now my only prayer for keeping this guy off my case. I've got some infantry. I'm going to try and move around the flanks, see if I can get there, but at the same time I see that I'm being rear attacked by the Beastmen. I really should have continued with these infantry around the flank and just let the Beastmen outflank me, because without the pressure coming, my lord becomes the target once again, and I'm going to have to be desperate here to try and get through, but my charge from the Cold One here doesn't actually knock the Spearmen over, and I'm desperately throwing my Chameleon Skinks into melee combat. Anything I can do to keep these archers from firing and killing my lord early in this battle. I do send the Saurus down here to hold off the Beastmen, and my cavalry can now get over here to the archers, but I really wish I would have kept those Saurus warriors closer, because then I would have had some serious pressure around the flank to get after these units. But otherwise, my Slann Mage Priest does get killed, unfortunately, or at least routed, but he'll be dead soon. So I was not able to stop the Sisters of Avelorn, but I'm like, well, I've got you now, jerk sisters. So yeah, I'm going to plow in here with a whole bunch of cavalry, but the Sisters of Avelorn actually have some decent stats, and Alariel's back here helping them. So not necessarily going to be an easy knockout blow because there's going to be healing. And like I said, they've got decent melee defense, which is going to make them pretty resistant to the beatdown. Again, the Saurus warriors would have been perfect here. And definitely what I should have brought back here to bring pressure on the Sisters of Avelorn. There's no way they could have fought back against Saurus warriors. See, my Slann Mage is going to be unceremoniously hunted down by Alariel, who is not quite so merciful as she looks in all those pictures where they try and make her look so pretty. She'll choke you out with that giant bunch of hair. Of course, she didn't have great aim there, but that should be that. So my Slann Mage is toast, folks. So battle not looking good for me. Fortunately, though, I did manage to clean up a ton of points because of killing so many spears. And those successful vortex spells picked me up about 3,700. Let's go over here and check out the Beastmen fighting up against the dwarves. The giant slayers and the other slayers have entered combat. They'll do okay against these Beastmen unit. There's another summoned Cygor here, so 2 Cygors. Holy Pilgrim's racking up good points. Colonel's picking up a lot of points too, but Holy Pilgrim's keeping ahead, and the fire from these Thunderers is going to keep him ahead. So his Thunderers are going to be able to destroy these monsters at range. So although the idea was pretty smart there, it's just not going to work out in the end. Those Thunderers are going to absolutely turn this Cygor into a Swiss cheese, and his units are not standing up well to the Slayers, and you can see that Holy Pilgrim starts to pull ahead in this fight. He's going to put the Harpies down as well. And a lot of the Beastmen units were committed over here into rear attacking me. At this point, the High Elf player is mostly wrapped up my forces. A few of my units are going to come back from routing. And I'm going to swing them around in the woods so that I can try and hold on. I'm out in first place by a pretty good margin, but I don't have a lot of prayer to be the last person alive at this point. And I need to get as many points as I can to try and stay ahead of the nearest opponent, who is now going to be racking up a lot of points because the Sisters of Avelorn are free to continue owning. The Keepers of the Eternal Flame trying to get in the Star of Avelorn, but I almost think it was miscast. It's not actually healing. There it goes. Finally starts working. So they're going to pick up some nice healing off of that in what little time remained on it. So he's got a very healthy Keeper there, which is going to be a tough unit. I've got some Saurus warriors that I'm trying to move out of range of these Sisters, but it's not going to happen. The Chameleon Skinks are now hidden, so I'm in good shape there. But I'm in quite bad shape here, as I'm going to be rained down on with some nasty, nasty armor-piercing damage. Beastmen are wrapped up on this flank, which just means Holy Pilgrim's got to make his way over, but the Beastmen still have some forces on this flank. And after having taken me out and focusing on my routing units, the Beastmen are now going to make a desperate ploy to take down the High Elves. I get sick of getting shot in the back, so I'm going to bring my forces back over. Unfortunately, though, it's just going to leave me completely vulnerable to getting my face shot off because I'm engaged against this noble here. But I'll take whatever points I can get, and the Beastmen are actually going to almost be of assistance here. The Ungor Raiders are trying to move into range, and they are going to feel the wrath of the Sisters here as well. Maybe not a target that will be a great play for the money, but it's going to get him points. I'm still getting a few points, but my unit routes up here, and Holy Pilgrim has now arrived on station. So Carrot Kadrin is going to come join the fray. See the Norgrimling's Ironbreakers here. They've got a present for Alariel. Oh, they didn't throw them. They were about to throw all their blasting charges. Ooh, that's going to hurt. They're going to be glad they had those shields, because that's the only thing from keeping them from an insta-melt right here. But yeah, the Iron Breakers and other units are going to try and get in here. The Ungor Raiders are now in range, and this is definitely not good for the Sisters of Avelorn to be taking fire from cheap skirmishers like that. Wow, the Iron Breakers actually standing up to that volley impressively well. The Miners with blasting charges, I thought they were close enough to throw their charges. They are, actually. So the Sisters are going to get a little bit of grudging here. Here comes the Keepers of the Flame. They should do well against the Iron Breakers, but the Iron Breakers did get a few shots off on them. Let's see what happens here. The Ungor Raiders firing into these Sisters, and the Miners with blasting charges continuing to do their work. Alright, yep. So you can see in terms of points, I'm about to lose the lead here soon because I'm just not gaining any points. and the High Elves continue to gain points. So even though I was able to get an early lead with the damage done, the fact that my Lord died before I could use those Vortex spells later on in the game and nice blobs and stuff definitely does not bode well for me. That was my plan. You can see the gyrocopters coming in to get some bombs done. I brought in my chameleon skinks because the sisters were sufficiently distracted that I thought I could do some damage here. But one of them regrouped back here. It's the Everqueen's Court Guard. So some of my Saurus warriors came back as well. I'm desperately trying to get points to stay in the game here, though I don't know of any way I'm going to be able to stay ahead of Holy Pilgrim for sure. I'm just fighting for second. I want to hang on to second place if at all possible. That's my goal here. You see Holy Pilgrim now within range of the Ungor Raiders. His Thunderers are going to earn him some excellent points. He's getting close, and I'm about to cough up first place here. Just trying to keep a few of my forces alive, see if we can skirmish out a Lariel. I had some more regrouped Saurus here that takes out a Spearman. Once again, I become the target of the High Elves. And we are getting close to swapping up the first place position here. So I'm trying desperately, like I said, to get some points, but I'm not getting many points here from my Chameleon Skinks. And then Holy Pilgrim's just going to jump right past both of us, and I get knocked down to third at the moment. So we'll see what's going to happen here. The Beastmen still trying to fight on. The Colonel's got these Ungor Raiders that are firing in, killing a few more sisters. He'll probably be able to get a couple more, but Holy Pilgrim is looking like he is in a solid position to finish first and be the last one standing. And I think, isn't it depending on how many troops you have left, the number of points that you get for being the last man standing? I don't remember exactly if that's it, but that's the case. He has the potential to rack up a lot of points here. Lariel's going to flee. The Noble is fleeing. Again, though, you can see the Ungor Raider's still alive, and me trying to keep my Skinks alive, too. I need to make up a couple hundred points at least. And these Slayers should be the target that I'm looking for. They are unshielded. I think their Whirring Axes do actually give them some missile block chance, but with no armor, the Chameleon Skinks actually have a target that they might be effective against because they're really not great against armor. And they're a fairly high price unit, which should net me a decent amount of points and let me try and skink my way back into second. You guys like it? Instead of slink, skink? Yeah, I know, it's a lame joke. Just hang in there, folks. Hang in there. In any case, yeah, I'm going to keep harassing these Slayers. I've managed to get back into second, but there is no way I can really hope to face Holy Pilgrim here. And his Thunderers are just raining it down. And he threw his last satchel charges over here too, so the Beastmen knocked out of the game as Holy Pilgrim takes a commanding lead. But then the High Elves regroup back here, and I might have a run for my money on trying to stay in second place. But I did manage to get some important points off these Slayers. A Wrath and Ruin puts an end to some of my Skinks, though I still have some Saurus warriors back here too that I'm hopefully going to get into a good position to try and cause some damage to Holy Pilgrim and to get myself some more points. I may not be able to win, but I am going to be going for some points here. And I'm able to do some solid damage to Holy Pilgrim Slayers and put a little distance between myself and the Elves. The Runesmith's back here trying to spot the High Elves in the woods. The Sisters are out of ammo, and there's only 12 Keepers of the Flame left, so the Dwarves should have this one pretty handily. But I'm running fairly shy on ammo at this point. And my Saurus Warriors, I'm hoping to kind of get through here, see if we can kill a few Giant Slayers. Again, they're unarmored. Should be good. Should be good quarry for my Saurus Warriors. You can see that the Dwarves here also have a Gyrocopter doing some spotting. Alariel is going to charge it down. So I'll actually give a few more points to the High Elf player here in this fight. See them going to pick up some more. My Slayers still trying to do their thing. Every time the Slayers turn, or my Skinks doing their thing. Every time the Slayers turn around, I take off skinking back to the woods. Hilariel is forced to charge into Dragonback Slayers. Probably not a good place to be in life, but she has no other place to be right now. So she's going to go for that there, and you can see again some points will come on the board for the High Elves, and I'm just hoping at this point that no matter what happens, I can hang on to my second place. So I'm back here desperately attempting to do that. Of course, Holy Pilgrim is busy waltzing his way to victory. My Saurus warriors did get a hold of these Slayers, put them down, but the Rune Lord is going to be a bit much to handle, especially when he's backed up by even more Slayers who are out to settle the grudges. And they need some new boots, and here's all kinds of reptile skin to make their boots out of, so we get wrecked. But the High Elf player's out, which means the points are frozen, so I should be able to secure second quite safely here. And at this point, Holy Pilgrim just has to mop us up. There's a Beastman unit that regrouped back here, and he's just shooting them up. And then an Ungor Spear Herd, same thing. So congrats to Holy Pilgrim. Brought himself home a nice victory here with Karak Ungor, and then with all the troops left, he takes a commanding first place. He had 68% of his Dawi remaining. That was a fun fight with Regina, man. I got caught off big time there. I guess I probably should have expected a bunch of Sisters of Avelorn, because they're the best answer the High Elves have to the Lizard Men at range. But I brought an infantry-heavy army trying to do something a little different with the Lizard Men, and it just ended up being bad because that meant the only target was my Lord. And so, yeah, he got targeted down and destroyed. Check out the kills on that Keeper of the Eternal Flame. Dude, those guys are tough. It's always cool to see. The Sisters kicking some serious butt, too. No real impressive units, though. In his short time in this fake world, my Slann Mage Priest did manage to pick himself up quite a few kills, considering he just dropped those Vortex spells right on top of the High Elves, who weren't even all that blobbed up, per se. So that was the goal for him. He did manage to accomplish it to some degree, but didn't live long enough on in this world. Holy Pilgrim, if we check it out here, his Thunders did some great damage. I don't know if he chevroned these guys ahead of time, but they did some fantastic damage against the Cygors. It's interesting with the Slayer Core, and then just the one armored unit, basically, so that he could shoot up units from range, I think was his goal. And then the Colonel here, dividing his army through two places, didn't buy him enough points in either one. Would have been interesting to see what happened if he had gone completely head-to-head with Holy Pilgrim, in the sense that he probably could have at least kept the infantry busy long enough to get all those Centigors into the back lines and try and get after the Thunderers. But who knows? Who knows how that one would have turned out. His rear attack on me did net him some points. And that's FFA. That's the point of FFA. You're supposed to have fun with it. Go nuts. Come up with something new. Attack each other. Free for all. Free for all, folks. No rules. It was fun. All the folks who played in this FFA and the last one were part of my Discord. If you want to join, go join the Discord. When I'm ready to play battles and try and record stuff to be on here, I go and put a note in the Discord, and that's how these folks join my battle. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you all for being a part of the Discord. It's a great place to find battles with other viewers, have a good place to chat, talk about tactics, multiplayer, you name it. Go in, have a chat. We even have a meme channel there where you can go and post hilarious memes. Someone actually named it Pergameme. Yeah, I know. It's fantastic. Like I said, if you're not there, you should be. It's great. Anyway, thank you all for being here today. If you enjoyed this, then make sure to click that like button. If you liked watching me get slaughtered by Sisters of Avelorn, it's a great reason to click the like button. Helps me a lot and helps other people find the videos. And if you want to subscribe to see the next battle, please do. Make sure to click the bell, because YouTube does that. Many grudges. Anyway, I will see you on the next episode. HeirofCarthage, signing out.